problem through us. Not us can solve the problem through him. No, it doesn't work that way. Most of the time, that's what we always do. We're trying to solve every problem. Amen? Every time we have a problem, I want to solve it. And one thing I noticed about myself, and God rebuked me, started becoming a pastor, I always want to fix things. Somebody tells me, Pastor, this one, I want to fix it. I want to fix it. I get frustrated if I don't fix it. And God says, hold on. You cannot fix everything. You can't. You can't. Because these people are unfixable. So you can fix them. They're already broken. So let me fix them through you. Let me fix them. Most of the time, and especially with guys, we are like that. Amen? Somebody tells you something, you always want to fix it. We always want to fix things. And it's not bad, but what I'm saying is, when you start focusing on your strength, you lose sight of God. You lose sight of God. In other words, go to God first when you have a problem. Don't go to Oprah, Dr. Phil. You know, most of the time people, they just Google it. They just Google it. When they have a problem, they just Google it. Well, you still need God. It doesn't matter what year you're living in. It doesn't matter if it's 2010, 2020. You still need God. Amen. People today, our generation today, don't need God anymore. You want a wife, just go to the internet. You want a girlfriend, boyfriend, go to the internet. They have all this perfect match and, dating sites. And what happened to asking God about your partner? What happened to that? Whatever happened to it? No, we don't need God anymore. We can handle everything. That's why this country and pretty much the world is in chaos. Because we focus too much on our strength. We focus too much on our strength. That's why when calamity comes, what do we ask? Why did God allow this? God says, because you keep telling me that you don't need me anymore. Please don't go to that point in your life. Don't go to that point in your life that it seems like you don't need God anymore. Let me encourage you, please depend on God. Don't depend on your jobs, on your bank accounts, or anything. Because although it will be wiped out overnight, depend on God. Don't ever think that I don't need God in my life anymore. I don't need to go to church. I don't need this. I can live for myself. No, you need God. You need God. And let me tell you, if you say that you don't need God, you will be living in fear. You will be living in fear. You're always scared of the things that you might lost. You're always scared of the things that you might lost. God is always in control of everything. Amen? God's always in control of everything. Let's continue reading chapter 14, verse 1 to 4. So the spies, they already sent a bad report. So all the congregation lifted up their voices and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel complained against Moses and Aaron, and the whole congregation said to them, if only we had died in the land of Egypt, or if only we had died in this wilderness, why has the Lord brought us to this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and children should become victims? Would it not be better for us to return to Egypt? So they said to one another, let us select a leader and return to Egypt. So fear starts when we focus on our strength and God's strength. And number 3 principle, fear, if not handled well, can be contagious. Can be contagious. Moses sent 12 spies. Say 12? 12. 10 of them sent a bad report. And by night, the report has spread out, and the people started grumbling against Moses and were overwhelmed with fear. If your fear is not handled well, the people around you will be affected by it. Amen? Have you ever met people who are so fearful in their life? Or just for example, year 2000, they came up with this thing, Y2K bug. How many of you remember that? Oh, it's Y2K bug. And I was in the Philippines and we're in the store and everybody's panic buying. They buy all this, canned goods and all these noodles and start, stacking up in their homes. And they're saying it's the end of the world in the year 2000 because it's Y2K bug. And everybody listened to them. What year is now today? It's 2010. We're still here. We're still here. Please be sensitive to people in your life that are so fearful. Because if you're not careful, you will be affected by it. You will be affected by it. My mom told me yesterday, about these things that they send out in mail, that when you smell it, you're going to die and all this. I didn't want to tell her. They say they have anthrax and this and that. Forgive me, Lord, for saying this, but sometimes my mom is kind of paranoid. I remember. And it's a good story, I love my mom, she knows that. Every time, especially when we got our visa in the Philippines, we got our visa, we're ready to go here in the United States. And we'll be out, probably in the church and eating outside. Every time he hear a siren for a fire truck, she would think that our house is burning. Now, let's go home because the visa is going to burn. We're not going to be able to go to the Philippines. And everywhere we go, every time she hears the siren, it's like, it could be our house. It could be our house. That's what you call paranoid. I love my mom. I love you, Mom. You know that. But sometimes you are paranoid. Go out. Oh, did I forget the iron? Did I forget the stove? What if somebody comes in? Even if they come in, they're not going to get anything from your house anyways. There's nothing there. What do you expect them to get? The couch? They will break a hip carrying that couch. But the point is, if your fear is not handled well, it can be contagious. It can be contagious. That's what we talk about letting go. Let go of our fears. God's not saying that I want you to be perfect. I don't want you to ever felt fear in your life ever before. God will never say that. But what God is saying, don't let fear control your life. Because when it controls your life, it will be contagious. It will affect your sons, your daughters, your family. Every time you have fear, let go of that fear. Let go of that fear. In times that it's hard, in times that there are circumstances that are beyond our control, I want us to be like Caleb. I want us to be like Caleb and Joshua. And we're going to talk about that. We need people in our lives that when everything is falling apart, they are the ones that will come there and says, no, you can do it. God can let you get through this. That's the people that we need in our lives. Amen? I heard the pastor one talk about momentum breakers. The people in our lives that everybody's so excited and they have to ruin it. The people in our lives that, yes, you know what, sister, you can get through that problem, this and that. And they will come in and say, you know what, you're just going to stay like that. Don't hope anymore. There's no hope. People that are so negative, get rid of those people in your life. I'm not saying, but don't listen to them. Because they can be contagious. People are so negative all the time, even at work. Please, Christians, be sensitive of them. Because sometimes we tend to listen to them. Early in the morning, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is complain. Oh, I don't have this, I cannot find this and that, this and that. Don't let fear be contagious in your life. Amen? Don't let it control you. You with me? Amen? Amen. Number 4. And this is the verse that I love. Number 4. Chapter 14, verse 6 to 9. Look at here. But Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, who were among those who had spied out the land, tore their clothes, and they spoke to all congregation of the children of Israel, saying, The land we pass through to spy out is an exceedingly good land. If the Lord delights in us, then He will bring us into this land and